right?
Well, we're live, so assume that you can talk to people right
Oh,
now.
we are live right now. I see. I understand. We're in the green room. We are currently in the green room.
Yeah, well, we are live, webcasting into YouTube Live and into our website. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Second Chance Stroke Survivors offshoot called Stroke Talk Q&A.
Hello, everybody. Roland, I'm seeing the starting page on the website. I'm not seeing anything live. Oh, I gotta push play.
Yeah, we're on the website. The video's playing.
Oh yeah, I see it. Okay, I can't use my headphones because I'm getting it. Well, I'm getting a delay. Am I supposed to get a delay?
You're not supposed to get a delay, but probably what's happening is you're in the green room and we're talking, and then you've got the volume on the webcast going on the website. You probably have the volume of that playing, so it's playing to you after we speak. So go to the web page and just turn the volume off on the speaker.
I did.
On the broadcast.
What? Did not see it talking, not hearing you. That's it.
Okay.
Now.
Good.
Well,
Because you don't need to listen to the broadcast. All we do now is we watch over there to see who might comment or do something there.
who? Well, appears. Oh, but back. Why do you pronounce the name?
We wake.
Weebeek is here.
Cool.
What? How awesome is that? Thank you, Weebeek, for being supportive of what we're trying to do. Thank you.
One of my friends that I contacted recently. Yeah, I see his comment there. Thank you very much for showing up. I appreciate the support. I'm actually, We Wake, you would know me more than probably anybody around here, that we've been webcasting the Marketing Smarties show for going on 4 years, actually 3.5 years. And I'm going to transform the Smarties show into a series that literally focuses on the live streaming assets for the people in the stroke community, and plus the other people in the in how would I describe this, in with various what they would call handicaps or issues that need the support and the backing, the encouragement to get a camera, get a mic, and express yourself. I figure that's what Marketing Smarties was all about anyway. I hated all the marketing aspects of it. So I'm basically going to transform the whole thing into no more marketing, so to speak, but more of the expressing ourselves. Because if we express ourselves, we are indeed marketing. We're all trying to be genuine and authentic. And this way, it's not about what we can sell. It's about expressing to the world who we are and the message that we deliver. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be focusing on my story.
We can be stroke smarties.
Well, that's not bad.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding, Roland.
I don't know if you're kidding or not, but it doesn't sound too bad at all.
Yeah, it does.
Stroke Smarties.
I want to say one thing. Thank you, Roland. I'm doing everything I can to sit there and cry on camera. Everything I have right now wants to cry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, don't say that. Don't do that. I'll lose absolute control.
Okay.
Don't encourage it. Don't encourage it. Because I'm just, and they're not tears of anything other than deep to my core gratefulness. I've waited for this time and have learned a lot. And I am grateful. That's all. I'm just
sorry, dude.
So
yeah. The green room stats say that there are 5 people watching. So I would just say, well, now it's 6 people. So one way or the other, they're making it to the website, or they're watching possibly on YouTube. So I should probably take a look on YouTube.
So Roland, how do I get rid of this lazy issue I'm having? Because I can only watch in the green room when I'm lazy. But if I go to the website to the lazy, so what do I watch you on the green room?
Why would you have to watch it at all? We're making all the noise in the green room. I don't understand why you want to watch the video other than to know that the people in the audience can watch it from YouTube.
Well, I
or
can't
from
monitor the chat if I don't watch it. I always say I said mute the website. So
Yeah, you can monitor the chat. Just turn the volume off so that.
yeah, I just silly. Silly.
We
So
just figured
excited.
it out.
So excited. I can't see, can't think straight, I guess. I don't know.
Well, just a real quick explanation. I've been on a scramble to try to assemble the issues for running the Hangouts in the website, and there are some things. There are little conflicts that happen, and it's not perfectly compatible, and so I have to do some things to possibly modify and fix it so it'll work a little better. But indeed,
You're on
it
the
is.
website.
Yeah, the only thing that's here is yesterday's video saying about today's. It's not
Oh,
streaming.
Ron, could you, Rebecca's finding we're live, okay? But say you, Rebecca, say you for a second, 1 second. Ron, could you tell Rebecca, Rebecca's saying she's not seeing us live on the website.
I'm only seeing.
And she's on StrokeTV.net.
You're on Show TV down there.
Yes, it's only yesterday's.
And she's only seen yesterday's.
Okay, if you're on the website,
Yesterday.
if you're on the website, hover over the live stream icon. Hover over the live stream icon.
No, he told me.
Hover over the live stream icon in the menu. There will be a drop down that says Aaron and Roland, first Stroke Talk Q&A from home. And if you click on that, it should take you right to the event.
It is cell phone compatible, right?
Watch. The only thing is yesterday's.
You push play. Yes, push play.
That's yesterday's. That's not live.
All right.
That's yesterday's.
All right. It is phone compatible, right, Roland?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. I'm in my pajamas.
And the world knows
there,
now.
I found it. Yes, you wasn't on the right link. There it is. I found it. And now it should be fine. You push play here. Now it should be fine. You should be. All right, there you go. All right, I got her on score today. She's our biggest fan, you know, so got to take care of her.
I love it. WeWake says, you guys are so awesome that your videos put able-bodied people who are camera shy to shame.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's one thing I can say is that neither Aaron or I are camera shy.
No, I would say not.
Yeah, I mean, before I ever met you, Aaron, you were webcasting all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And very regularly. So good
you
stuff.
know, it's so funny when I go back and I look at those archives of me webcasting before I met you. And I'm wearing the big old balloon. These are small compared to what I was wearing. And the headphones. And my mic right in my face, kept my face up. I mean, I was wrecked. I was a mess from a professional or a more refined point of view. But you know my intent. You know my heart. I was trying to help stroke survivors. There you go, get a cry again. I am so grateful you're here with me, Roland. You have no idea.
Well, that way, when you start crying, then I can take over, and if I start crying, you can take over.
Dum, dum, dum.
You
You have
know,
no doubt grateful here right now for being here right now.
No.
I understand, Aaron, and I really appreciate that. Um, we have both been focusing on how to help people in our own ways and different for years. And there's sorry, sorry about that. I had breakfast a little while ago, and now I'm burping. But trying to help people, being of service has been a mantra of mine for a long, long time. And I think that, I mean, my marketing idea was if someone calls me up and asks me for where the best donut shop is in the area, I'm going to find the best donut shop in the area and I'm going to send them. It's like it's about helping the people with what they need, not what I want them to buy or I want to sell them or I want them to agree with so I can convert them on something. I really despise that state of mind. So the concept was just be of service, be helping people. And if you are doing that, people are going to remember, dude, I remember this guy. He's a marketer. He sells blah, blah, blah. But I asked him where a donut shop was, and he sent me to this really good donut shop. And I want the people to remember me for what I do for them, not what I can't do, or not what they don't want to buy, or not whatever the negative could possibly be. I don't even want any part of that. I'd rather talk about donuts, sell nothing, and make a friend. And that's where I come from in the field of marketing. And if we all did that, we'd make so many more friends and be selling so many more products because the people would get to know us, get to know what we offer. And because we are who we are, they would end up wanting to take advantage of the fact that they know somebody that provides that service. And what I have found is if someone knows, likes, and trusts you, or even more loves you and what you stand for. Here, I swallowed wrong. They're going to pay your price. Even if you're the premium, they're going to go to you and pay more to support you and to have your product than to go to get the discount down the street. That's my theory. You'd rather do business with a good person than not.
Well, I think it's genuine. I think it's a genuine value. People know you say, I think it really comes down to that one word, trust. So many people use marketing as a way to take advantage of people, manipulate people, and really manipulate them. Use your emotions, you know, flash the Rolls Royce for them till they're multimillionaires, and you've got the answer. And then it's a one-time shot. There really is no value in it.
Yeah, the concept of so much marketing is not so much what you can sell people that's of value. It's more like what can you get people to believe so that you can predict their actions so you can take advantage of that. And that's just so deceitful. And obviously that's not a feeling that I like. So that made me a very bad marketer.
Yeah, you don't qualify as a aggressive. Grant Cardone would not be very proud of you right now.
Oh, let's watch the name dropping here.
Oh wow, sorry. But sorry.
Yeah.
No
Yeah, I
offense,
mean,
Grant. No, in case you're watching, Grant. No offense, Grant Cardone, in case you're watching.
yeah, I don't think there's anything that he'll be able to derive from that statement that's derogatory. But
No. I think it really comes down, Roland. You and I have one thing. We have a heart and a love for stroke survivors and helping non-stroke people. Like, to have what why Wig is his name?
we wake. Like
Have we big?
think of it as like we wake. We
Oh,
wake. We wake
okay.
up. We wake.
I'll remember that for at least 30 seconds.
I know.
thank you for being here. And we're here for you, even though we're stroke survivors and you are not a stroke person. We're here to help, to put a smile on your face, to make you feel good. Make you that is why Roland and I will not have to market people. We will not have manipulate people. We just be who we are.
That that's one thing that I'll say about Aaron is that he is very, very positive. For the both of us are in wheelchairs, but we get together and we have a pretty happy time. Other than me commenting on things that he's thinking or doing or whatever, if it comes to like building a webcast program or something like that, yeah, I give him a bad time and stuff. But I mean, even if he stops in the middle of it and says, "Oh, Roland, don't be so upset," and if he looks at me, he realizes Roland's not upset. We're both like that. We're both very upbeat and very positive, and we lean towards expanding in joy. That's the way it is. And if we can, anybody can. That's the theory. No doubt there are the people that have maybe harsher afflictions and different problems that they might deem more intense or more incredible than what we're dealing with. But it's all freaking relative. And furthermore, someone that looks perfectly healthy from head to foot and has money and has whatever and cars and houses, they can still have a mental disability or disposition that is very, very hard to deal with. It's not necessarily a mental case, it's just what's going on in their lives in the underside that causes them thinking that could be just as detrimental, just as much um, pressurized to cause a stroke as getting into an accident or having an aneurysm or having problems with the brainstem and blood vessels and blood flow and blood pressure and any kind of issues that could lead to this kind of a problem. People, you know, they assume that everybody's well if they look well. And what we don't see is what their state of mind is and what they're dealing with personally and where they might go from there. And sometimes horrific things happen because of people's thoughts. So we're here to help people think the option is to expand in joy. It doesn't matter how dark it is, you can still expand in joy.
That phrase, expanded joy, is universal. It doesn't see affliction differently. Everybody can expand the joy. That's even, bro, what's crazy? What is really a blessing, really, is Rebecca is using that term regularly.
Wow,
She is starting to understand what that means.
that's cool. That's beautiful, really, because they say whatever you think about the most, that is what grows in your life. And so if we're thinking about expanding in joy, just the phrase itself keeps us expanding in joy. And there's no way that you can say expand in joy and feel like, that's a terrible thing. So you're going to polarize yourself with a positive vibration around you. And that's what saying mantras, saying, repetitive sayings and things, or a chant, it's meant to polarize your spirit with an energy and a vibration that is most suitable for what you want to attract. That's what a mantra is. That's what chanting is. That's what singing is. And all these things. It's to change your vibration to that which you want to attract and that which you want to be. And when
that
you're
is,
pardon
that
me?
is, yeah, go ahead, sorry.
No, go ahead. What was
Well,
that?
I never thought about it that way because you know me, I have done mantras and I understand that you're trying to change your overall vibration, not trying to change necessarily a uh, way of thinking. You're trying to change your vibration. by being positive.
Well, that's right. So different things, different sayings, words, tone of tone of voice, volume, and sustenance, and various notes, they all carry a vibration. Everything that we do, just tapping on the desk is a vibration. Literally, thinking is a vibration. Thought is something that can be weighed and measured, actually. I'm talking about a thought, something you're thinking in your brain. It can be scientifically weighed and measured. I don't know how they do it, but I mean, they have machines that register, they sense what you're thinking and record. And so there is a movement of something, atoms, when we think things. So to me, that if you know that your thinking can affect the meter on a machine or atoms in the universe, that means that thought has the power to do things in our physical world that we are not aware of and literally move mountains. So Jesus told us that we can move mountains. If you have the faith of a mustard seed, you can move a mountain. And that's the strength, first of all, of what faith is all about. But the fact that we can move mountains with our thoughts, that the fact that we can even conceive of moving a grain of sand, let alone a mountain, tells me that there's so much more to this universe that we do not understand, that is right there before us, and it's been given to us, a gift of God for being here. And we have so much more that we need to learn.
That is huge, bro. That I'm to me, you just made something click inside of me. I didn't fully understand the touches now. I'm crazy. I mean, you and I've spent hours together. I've never heard you say it that way, but really, I am amazed that it is tangible. Energy is tangible. It is something that literally can push against something. If you can
Yes.
feel it, now that explains everything. I'm just marinate on that one. That's big, bro. That's a big one.
Well, then especially when you say something like that, and you start thinking, what if this is true? And then you consider what Henry Ford said when he said, whether you think you can or cannot, you are right. Either way, you are right. If you think you can, you're right. If you think you can't, you're right. It is about what you think. And what you think determines so much of what you do or what you achieve, because your thoughts control exactly what your reality is going to be. And so if you think that you've got a power, you've got a power. If you believe it in your heart that you can do something. I just read another article about a young lady that was her father got caught under a car and Jack shut down, and this lady is actually, the young lady, she's about 20 or 21. She's now in mixed martial arts and beating the crap out of people. But she literally picked up the end of a car and dragged her dad out from under a car, and the car caught fire, and she saved the people in the neighborhood by dragging the car and getting her dad out of the way when he would have gotten it blown up with the car. So she saved her dad, moved the car, and saved her neighborhood, or
Fuck.
something like that, by a little 5-foot Asian girl. So sometimes it is us not believing that we can't and just doing it. Sometimes we don't know our own strength. I think that is so true. So there's just a lot to explore.
You know, man, for me, that was happy because you almost envision energy being this non-tangible, non reality force, but it's the actual opposite. It is the most powerful force there is in the world. Is energy. I know, Fred, love energy is the most powerful force. I say it, but now I understand it's a natural. That is why I can feel someone's energy on the other side of the world. It's being it's a force. The energy is like waving their hand in the air, and it moves the air and it sends out the vibration. That vibration, that wave, really encompasses a world that never stops. I'm so glad you said that, Roland, because me, help me understand something I didn't fully understand, did not fully understand.
Well, when I was young, about 15, 16, I started studying martial arts. And they used to teach us way back then that we had what they call ki or chi
Chia,
energy.
yeah,
It's pronounced both ways. And the the energy is of the essence of an extension of our inner beings and energized by the thought and intention of our being. So when we were pushing energy at people, it was like before we would spar or get squared off with people, we would first of all mount up our own energy, breathing exercises and various motions and stuff, and kind of like encapsulating our power and then directing our power towards the other person. And it was almost like a psychological thing added to it all, that we thought the more powerful, the more focus we keep in our mind, the more powerful we'll be physically. And it's basically all the same. It's indivisible. It's just a matter of being being entirely whole and being entirely one with what you are. So it's not separate things. And that's the same way I feel about godliness and being human. Like sometimes people want to divide themselves from being human is not a divine thing. And I can't handle that. I can't agree with that at all. Being human is divine. It's a divine state of existence, sanctioned and authorized and designed by God as an extension of his expression in the universe. So we're all part of this thing, and we are all indivisible with God in the universe. So all the energy is there. It's all connected. It's just about how we learn to work with it, go with the flow, and use it to our advantage. And the using it to our advantage is all predicated by that love energy, because it's the polarity that is God. God is love. Love is the energy that God gives us to facilitate all these positive things. Everything.
wow.
Well, I just kind of like went off there. Excuse
Well,
me.
no, you keep going off because I, I don't get. I mean, I care about everybody, but honestly, I'm getting so much out of what you're saying. I just am just loud. I'm just like sopping it up like a sponge.
Hear that, everybody? Aaron's gonna have to go back and watch our replay.
You know- All right, let's explain. I need to explain. This is not an excuse. This is a fact. I have a memory deficit caused by a stroke. I get excited. I may remember what Roland just said for 30 seconds. And I have to go back or watch the replay again to watch the replay. It
Oh,
happens. Yeah, it
that's
happens.
funny.
Yeah, but I appreciate the insight, bro. I really do. I think
That's cool.
it's the good stuff. It's really what we're all doing. Are we all trying to achieve in life? Happiness. Really, is that life is all about being in this world is happiness. Really,
Expanding in joy.
it's
So
expanding joy.
that's it. So I wanted to acknowledge that we have about 5 or 6 people who have been watching the show. Although I really don't know where you are, and it would
I,
help us to know
how
where
do you
you are.
not seen them, bro? I just
It's because I started the Hangout. I
oh
have a control that shows me how many people are watching, and they may be from YouTube. They may be randomly from anywhere. I'm assuming that some of them or all of them could be from us inviting people. So be sure to let Aaron know or me know if you came to the event and for some reason could not comment and tell us where you were from, who you are, and so forth. Because the one thing I'm very thankful of is when people devote their time and spend a half an hour with us. That means something to me that you spent valuable time of your life being with us and talking with us. And I want to give you the full opportunity to express yourself too. So, thank you for watching. If all you do is come back and watch again, I am very grateful for that. But if you come back and watch again and you want to say something to us, I want to make sure that you're able to comment. So maybe next time. And feel free to let us know afterwards and say, well, I was there, but you didn't hear me, or I was there, but I couldn't comment, or whatever the case is. All of this is good feedback. Plus, I want to talk to you anyway, so contact us.
well, you know, Gene Rank is out there. He's out. He's talking to me on Facebook, and I'm trying to bounce back and forth, and I'm gonna stop because it's confusing me. But he is out there trying to participate. It's something they can't. It's just that we're all kind of new at this platform,
Sure.
and it's gonna take some time to get to it all.
Well,
But he is.
so I'm wondering,
I know Gene.
are you chatting at him in text chat, and is he watching our broadcast somewhere at the same time?
I'll ask him where he's watching the podcast right now. Hold on.
Yeah,
Ask.
because
Well, he's probably hearing me. Where you watching the broadcast, Gene? Todd, tell me in Facebook because I'm
well,
able to communicate on Facebook. Where are you watching the chat from, or the show from? Are you watching on YouTube, or you watching um on the website? What? Because I'm curious. So let me Roland, can you message no, I'll try to find the link to oh I can
sure. What
uh,
did you want me to message?
I just figured out I just copied the link of the website and I use this tech stuff and give I'll just give Gene the link right now to the website.
Yeah, at least he can go
He
there
says I
and watch
don't know
it.
how to get the chat. So I don't know where he's at, Roland.
Yeah. So one of the things we'll be doing is on a weekly basis, we will be giving directions and tutorials about how to get to this website, how to get to the web page where we're webcasting, and how to interact with us in the comments and be a part of the conversation, because that's the beauty of live streaming today. We can all be involved and engaged together. It's not a one-way broadcast anymore. I really have a problem with the word broadcast. First of all, narrowcast is more accurate. I'm not broadcasting, I'm narrowcasting. I'm talking to the chosen few that want to be here. And broadcasting, they don't care who they hit. They're just going to get everybody that they can and just pound away the sound waves with their voices. And I'm just not interested in hearing myself at that level. But I am interested in talking to you. If you're out there, I want to talk to you. So hopefully we'll be doing some of that.
I
Well,
mean
Aaron,
that really comes excuse me, Roland.
go ahead.
That really comes down to what you and I do. We really want to get this where the chat is really our driving force of our show. We don't want I myself, I know you, that we're not entertainers, not me, What's your mom. I'm not gonna be getting up and doing a dance to entertain the audience. But what I'm saying that, boys, I want the interchange in the chat between both of us, between all of us.
Yes.
But you know what's strange? Where did my reply when I said something that we wake? How do I hit reply? Where's that reply go? Because it's on the chat. I just told thank you for being here, and I don't see my comment.
Well, let me see if I see mine.
I'm wondering if I forgot to hit enter it. Yeah, very possible.
Well, so often when we have a problem, the answer to how it happened is called 2 words: user error.
Okay, thank you.
So that's the most common answer. I had an IT guy, Internet Technologies. I'm an IT guy in my little tip group. It's a little networking group, and he used to stand up in front of everybody, and we would give everybody their chance to answer questions. And when people ask him, "So, what's the most common problem with people's computers?" And then he would immediately, without hesitation, say, "User error." It's always the people are making mistakes because they don't know how to use what they have.
Oh, hey, Rebecca is out there, Roland. Look at her. She commented. What it was, and this will be covered hopefully in our tutorial, but you have to change your thing from top comments to newest first. Gene Rankin is out there. Look at him. He's out. Hi, Gene. Thank you. God bless. And then now we got you. Now I'm starting. I have my settings correct. So you and I will have to remember to instruct people to be able to see the chat. They need to change it to newest first.
Well, I see that that is something the Google comment stream tends to be fairly loose about that and inaccurate. And now I can see Gene Rankin's comment. Thank you very much, Gene. I see Rebecca's comments. I really appreciate that. And she said,
Rebecca Marina, easy. Okay. But Marina is trying to get on, but it keeps directing her to YouTube.
yeah, I believe that. When you put a URL in Facebook, Facebook kind of chokes on the URLs, and even on the YouTube stuff. So when you post a link to YouTube, Facebook doesn't like it. So let alone a YouTube video embedded in our website, somebody else's website. It's like Facebook doesn't want us to drive people from Facebook to our website. What a lovely thing. What a selfish bunch of idiots. So
Well,
anyway, that's my commentary on the social media for the day.
I'm gonna go right now and invite Marina directly to her in Facebook. Hold on, if you
So just to let you know, I'm okay with this, but you do know it's 11:40 right now.
yeah, what did I go? I'm like a picking slot. So,
Okay.
you know me. I've been waiting for this a long time. It's now become an hour show because I'm not going anywhere. I'm sorry, bro. I can't.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I can't.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. We wake from we've actually tried to give her the link, and I tried spreading it out in Facebook, and the link kind of Facebook kind of gags on the link every time I give it out, but a few people have made it. I
Now
appreciate it.
I just sent Marina the link directly, so she go here, and I'm telling her go here. See if she comes online.
And I'm surprised to see Gene here. I did actually send him the link, and every time I try to send him the link, Facebook just gagged on the link and just said error in the submission of the message. I was
Re-
like, oh, what a trip.
That's why Facebook is your favorite platform, isn't
Yeah, right.
it? I think it may take second place to what's his name? Your favorite guy,
Uh,
marketing guy?
oh, please, let's.
Yeah, sorry. All right, I'll just keep. Let's see Marina come to the line now because I gave her the URL. Let's see how she goes. Look at see I the main thing, Roland, really important because now I'm seeing Weebig has been commenting so time I've not seen any of his comments. And the reason was because I didn't have the you could choose either the newest first comment or most relevant or let's see, newest first or
Well, I'll be going into more detail about how that works. But the thing is, the web page is not set up perfectly. So even as I described to you how things are working, they're not working the way I really want them to yet. So I've got some structural fixes to work on. But if you scroll down the page, there's a big blank space that should not be there, and I just flat out don't know why it's there. But below that, there are a series of 3 buttons, and the buttons, the first one, second one, and third one. The first one is going to confuse people completely. You can click on it and play with it if you like. But the one on the other side, the third one, refreshes the comments without stopping the video. And
oh
then this
well
is
that's a great. Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, so the need for that is that if you refresh the page, it freezes the video, and you have to restart it and do that and catch up on the discussion and so forth. But if you hit that round dual arrow circle button,
I see.
it just refreshes the comment stream only. And then if you refresh the comment stream, you have the opportunity to take it from where it is top comments, which is I don't know how it judges top comments, to newest comments. And newest comments just basically says, okay, let's take the most recent and put it up there. And then it doesn't work that well as it is.
So
But
I'm curious. Can I interrupt you for one
yeah,
second
yeah,
because
go
I'm
ahead.
confused? So in the chat, does it put the newest comment at the top or bottom of the chat?
Top. If you hit newest first, it's the top is the first one. And even when I say that, I look at that as the newest first, and the newest first that I'm looking at is my comment, which is 5 minutes ago. And then below that, Gene Rankin has one. Here's this 32 seconds, and then Gene was 2 minutes ago, and so those are correct. But why my comment from 5 minutes ago is the first one, I don't know. And I assume that for everybody, if you hit newest first, it's going to be a little different than what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
So I don't have a clear answer, and I
What does
can't.
give it time?
Yeah, and the main thing is that over a period of time, most of the critical statements are going to be given in the comment stream, and I can see it right now. All of Gene Rankin's comments. He's telling Aaron, "You're not going to cry now." Come, I've got tears of joy, Gene. Thank you.
Yeah, Gene is a brain injury survivor. He was ejected from a car about 13 years ago and landed on his head, and he can't remember anything. But he has the same issue. You can tell that difference. I can't tell that difference between a traumatic brain injury survivor and a stroke survivor. They have a very similar, almost identical deficits. But Gene will cry that to drop of hat. It becomes this, brain injury causes emotions to become. Him and I at Cry Fest, we've sat there and cried for 15 minutes just crying.
That's cool, actually.
Yeah.
But
So
for me, that's what I was saying earlier. Is I don't think it's about whatever physical trauma or the exact medical condition that caused whatever reaction or result in each of us, but it's the fact that we are in this situation and dealing with this that's so similar that leads me to believe that this problem can come from any direction, from any number of different afflictions. And so we're attending to people who need our help regardless of how they achieved their condition. They still need our help, and they still and everybody's help and everyone's support. And just because certain people had a certain accident a certain way and a certain result doesn't make them special compared to someone else that needs the help just as much as we do,
that,
just as much as they do.
is, man, powerful, because I read there was a I give you example. Marina Yumino. She had a very serious neck surgery where she has spinal stenosis, and they cut, I think, their throat to get to her neck. And she needs that encouragement. She is not a survivor like us, but she still needs the positive energy. Rebecca needs positive energy. Wavy needs it. But everybody can use positive energy. I now realize it's not based on being a stroke survivor. My
That's right.
It's based on that need as human being. It's a basic need of being elevated. We expand the joy.
That's for sure. And to be supportive of one another and be friends and to love everybody in all directions. These seem like really big challenges, but they're not. It's really not hard to expand in joy, to give love, to give attention, to help people. It is not hard to do so. Sometimes we can't help the way we would like to, but the attitude that we have, the vibration that we have, can be a positive and reinforcing and help people rise to their solution. Because when you vibrate in healing, healing has no choice but to come. That's the bottom line. And for me, healing is not even so much the granted wish to walk again or drive or do whatever. It's like healing is a state of mind. And if you can achieve happiness from wherever you are, that's healing. And it's so powerful to realize I don't have to fix something that I see in my body in order to be happy. Because indeed, Aaron and I are happy at times, regardless of what we are. We forget that we're in wheelchairs. We forget that we can't do certain things because at the moment we're thinking about things and we're telling ourselves the inner story where the defaults or the problems that are occurring in our physical body or in ourselves, however, just don't matter. They don't make a stitch bit of difference in our lives because we can be happy in spite of those things. So it's very powerful to expand in joy and be happy.
You know, it sounds simple. Being happy sounds simple. But what is it? It's not simple. It's difficult to
Simple, not easy.
yeah, because we're programmed from childbirth. Honestly, raised. Believe me, it's not as simple as a choice, but happiness is a choice, and it's really that simple. But because of our past programming, past upbringing, which we both know how a lot of, we make it more difficult. Than our brain fights easy. It fights simple. I can't just choose to be happy. I can't just manifest my own reality with my brain. I can't. It's too simple. Bridget, I gotta work harder. I gotta dig the trench cheaper. I gotta use muscle to do it. But now reality is that nothing to do with that.
And there's another thing that happens is people analyze the idea of being happy, and they think to themselves, "Well, what did I do to deserve to be happy? I did this and I did that, and I blame myself for this, and I caused damage in someone else's life by doing that." And so all of a sudden they're thinking, shoot, I don't deserve to be happy. I should be punished. I should be hurt. I should be held accountable. We got to face reality and go face to face with what we owe the universe because of the bad things we've done. And all of a sudden, you're paying for everything in the past that you've done, and it's all past and gone, but you're paying for it right now. Even though after it's dead and gone, done, old news, you've done tons of good stuff and positive things since then, but we're in our brains thinking, I'm still holding on to this thing that I'm going to pay for again and again because I can never forgive myself. And the power of that is that we choke out our positive energy and keep ourselves from being the very utmost person that we can in this present moment by reflecting why we were suffering and why we acted badly and some past moment, and we're blaming ourselves now for that past moment. Does that make any sense at all? No.
No. But we do it. We're programmed to do it. We think that love and positive energy and happiness has to be something that we cannot be happy or if we regret what we have done in the past. That we don't deserve happiness. We don't deserve millions of dollars. We don't deserve whatever it is you're happy about. But we do. Every human being has that gift. If you say it was a gift, that you could be happy. It's a choice. You don't earn it. It's your right as a spiritual creature. You are designed and created to be happy. So expand the joy.
That's right. And get over the fact that you think that you have to pay for a past anything. The past is the past is the past. It's over. Take yourself from right here and now, rise to your highest vibration, and start helping people and expand in joy. And that's where it doesn't have to be articulated more than that. If you articulate more than that, you find a lot of reasons why it's hard to expand in joy, why you don't deserve to it, why you should be punished for some other thing. And we think these things and we align our vibrations with the lower vibration and limit how much good we can do in the world right here and now. We are self-limiting, and I don't believe in that. I believe we should be self-empowering.
Wow, that is it is mind blower, bro. That's a mind blower. It really is. Really is why I and you do what I do, and you do what I do is to help people realize that they can be happy, that they do not have to live in misery, suffering. Stroke does not have to be the end of the road for them. There is life after stroke, and it can be found. You and I found it. It's there. It's there. They just have to reach out and take it. They all think they can't do it. They all buy into that false lie, that false reality that they can't have it because stroke did this to them.
You know what will be the enlightening moment is when anyone who might be in some form of depression, because I have to say that it's more people around me are depressed from something than are happy about stuff. So I know it's very, very common, okay? But the magic moment will be when someone realizes that they have the power to be happy by choice in spite of whatever's challenging to take on in their lives and to live through, they can be happy in spite of that. When they realize that they are able to do that, they're just going to go, wow, I didn't realize that even though that happened, it's not what happens to you, it's how you respond, right? And it's, I have responded by bouncing back. I stumbled, I fell, I got back up, and here I'm walking. And, I feel okay. And I'm helping other people and I'm expanding in joy. And when they realize that was a choice I made, I could have been still dogging myself from when I fell because I was doing it. I've done it all my life. I've shown everyone how I can do it. But this time I got up and I walked, or I just recovered. Recovery is always the best policy. And I started thinking about joy and helping people and doing some good in the world. And as soon as you do that, you change your polarity. And the changing of that polarity is what turning towards healing is all about.
And because energy and vibration is a natural physical force, that is how we manifest reality, because we can actually change it, we can actually push against it, we don't do it with the muscles, we do it with the energy, with the power of energy, the power of what we are. Because I believe, Roland, and you believe, I think, that really an eternal spiritual creature learning to live inside a human body.
That's it.
Who we are as people, as human beings, are not what we see physically. We are an energy. We are eternal. And we are powerful. We can manifest and create our own reality. But that vibration that we put out, is it positive or living in the past or the negative, will keep us from living to a fullest successful potential, because we're holding on to stuff from way back in the past.
That brings me to this point where I realize that words and thought have so much power. And let's have a little demonstration of that. Let's see if I can come up with something here. Everyone, just clear your minds and think to yourself, there are things that I've been challenged to do. Had technical problems this morning, had to get up a couple hours earlier than I usually do on a Friday. I've been working ever since 6:30 this morning. It was a challenge accomplishing a lot of things. Everybody's on a time schedule, so I had to rush and get these things done. And then we almost didn't do the show today. And a lot of things were going on, but here we are. And so if you're faced with a similar type of situation and you're looking at all these things and just going nuts because of all the potential things that can go wrong, and then you drill yourself on what if this, what if that, and all this stuff. And I want to give you two little words that'll bring it all to a halt and change the vibrations of the whole thing. You ready?
Ready.
When you're feeling this low and you're feeling that challenge with all that stuff's going on, just tell yourself these two simple words. Stop it. Now,
can you find that Bob Newhart video? Put
all you
link
do is
in
you
there.
go to YouTube and put Bob Newhart, stop it. Just
I'll do it. I'll do
search
it.
for Bob Newhart, stop it. Newhart. Because the idea is he's a psychologist, right? Or I think a psychologist. And a lady comes in and is talking about some real problems she's got and things that she's thinking and how she just doesn't feel worthy and she's guilty of that and so on. She feels terrible. And he goes, okay, well, you know how to fix, you know what my suggestion is. And then he just says, stop it. Stop doing that. It's for you. Okay, next thing. And then every time she brings up a new thing, he just says, "Stop it." It's so funny because it sounds like life should be that simple, but
Uh,
obviously it's not easy.
I
Even though
found it.
the solution, even though the solution is there, it's not so simple to execute. So you found the video?
Yeah, I'm gonna post right now in the chat.
Okay.
This is Bob Newhart's top it video.
Yeah, and that's one of my favorite. I've been watching it for years, and I
It's
remember it from way
it's
back.
so everybody that's out there, you've got to watch it. Roland turned this on to be probably about a month ago. And it really kind of boils down. We make life so the troubles, the trials, the hard times of life so hard.
We make them so big.
Yeah, and that really all you have to do is stop it.
Quit and just basically stop telling yourself the story that
Stop.
you deserve to be punished for something, and you have to pay for it now and do this because we're doing that to ourselves then, right? But if we just stop doing that, well, then we can spend our time doing other things other than this thing that we should stop. I
Right.
just love the video. It's really fun.
That's fun. Roland. We went from half an hour to an hour. Now I could spend all day here, so but I don't expect people to be a wheelchair bound survivor so excited. But it is we're 2 minutes over an hour, so we probably should kill it. I'll let you kill it.
Yeah. Well, I thank everybody for showing up. We still got our 6 viewers, and I hope you're able to comment as well as you wished. And eventually, we'll be focusing on the comments as being the main reason we're here and what we're doing, not just talking about Bob Newhart and what we're thinking of random stuff. We want to include more of what you're saying, what your needs are, and really generate conversation around you, the audience. So that's why it's very important for me that you're here, and I thank you very much.
Thank you.
So I'll let you wrap it up, man.
Okay, well, I just want to thank everybody for attending. Thank you. So,
Maybe you'll come back next Friday and bring a friend, and we'll talk again.